Tori. Shion. Damn it.
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Shockwave Slash! Dragon Swarm! Dazzle! Soaring Light Spear! Shockwave Slash! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Strike! Shockwave Slash! I'm not... Double Demon Fang! Dazzle! Mirage! No! It can't end here! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Lewis! Lightning Thrust! Dazzle! Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Shockwave Slash! Dragon Swarm! Severing Wind! Shockwave Slash! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Eternal Devastation! This should do it! Eternal Devastation! You're mine! You're mine! Crush! Be still! Lightning Piston! You picked the wrong fight! Dazzle! Shockwave Slash! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Shockwave Slash! No escape! You're finished! Eternal Devastation! Crush! It's too much! There! Lightning Thrust! Be still! Lightning Thrust! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! Great! Next! Take this! Take this! Shockwave Slash! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Lightning Thrust! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Take this! You're finished! Double Demon Fang! Lightning Thrust! Mirage! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Shockwave Slash! Double Demon Fang!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right? Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem. Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village. We won.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I should shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegus? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegus, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Xion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Xion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Xion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan Sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the Sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, That's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Xion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Xion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Xion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Xion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Xion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look! Sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
We need to hurry!
Too prepared. But did we have to spend so...
That was nothing.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no... Zuko policy.
Fine, fine. Let's get to work then.
here
This
goes!
one's mine!
If it comes, just bash it out again! Sharpness! Fire!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
I'll slip it up. Lightning condemned! Thunderblade! Here goes! We'll soon see about that! Photon Flash! Light astral energy! Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Here we go again. No further.
Photon Flash! Light astral energy! Photon Flash!
Mine!
Light astral...
Death from the wind.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Photon Flash! Arc Field!
I can carve all
Photon
infinity
Flash!
already.
Light astral energy! Photon Flash!
Chikara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bones with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. Thistleum was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? You sense one of your pals, Hootle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Eat this!
Damn! Your arm!
Dragon shell! Double demon fang!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
I'll run you through!
Light astral
Rising
energy!
water!
Freaking does it!
Can't get out of this!
Lightning condemned!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'll finish you here and now!
Illuminate the dark! Cup Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Take this! Light astral energy!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
I feel sprightlier than before. What's with that shining foe?
Looks like trouble with capital T!
Together, we've got this!
Not on my watch!
I'm on it! You picked the wrong fight!
Cards are being interrupted.
If they rush you gotta jump for cover, okay? Thanks! Just concentrate! Illuminate the dark!
Eat this!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
Portal blade!
Archaic waterfall! Freeze
Demon
Lancer!
fang! Double shot!
stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Illuminate the dark! Let's move! Holy Glimmer! Holy Lamp!
Can't get out of bed! It's on! This one's mine!
Purge Malevolence! Arcane Waterfall!
Please!
All yours, Kisara!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer...
Anything over! Nothing gets by me! Far enough!
Fall into...
A wall to shield my calamity! It's over! This one keeps startling us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Gus, I'll leave it to you!
Not in your dreams! Photon Flash! Light Astral Energy!
Now in the group!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
On guard!
Swallow
Guardian Field!
Demon Fang! This one's mine!
Inferno Punch! Death Blossom! Light up the dark! Leave the charge to me! All
Sword
right,
Rain
let
Alpha!
me at him!
Raining Slash! I'm on it! Eternal Devastation!
Ready and raring! I'll smash you!
Light up the dark!
Mist Storm!
I'm just Guardian Field!
I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
My exploits are bare... Bring fruit.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right? It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
I owe you one.
Arch Seal! Dragon Shell!
Negative gate.
Simian pests. I shall seal you where you stand.
Here we go again.
Give me a discharge!
Benediction light.
Fire will pass in
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, onward to me. And now I'm in the group. Elusive deity.
I'm grateful.
Piercing roar! Leave the charges to me!
Armor won't save you. Far enough.
You're mine.
Illuminate
Now that freaking does it.
Holy Glimmer! Holy
Their
Lamp!
hearts were interrupted.
I don't have much left.
Light Astral Energy!
Everlasting dark. Negative dead.
Photon Flash!
Begin.
You're mine.
It's on! This one's
Shiny
mine!
this!
No
Here,
further.
let me
I'll end you.
Wind Astral Energy! Kisara frozen!
hammer! This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Is that the Zugul we're looking for?
Gotta break through! Here I come! I'm on! You're finished!
I don't have much left. This one's mine.
Glimmer Fairy! Through escape! Lightning thrust!
Ready to go!
World be still!
I owe you one.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Take this! Holy lamp!
Smash you! Lightning thrust! Soaring light spear!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
Through escape! This one's all mine! Too fast!
Stand back.
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Dance in the wind! Air split!
Be still! Lightning thrust!
Blah 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 magic!
You're on!
Now I'm real mad!
Lightning thrust!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
You're on! Lightning
My
thrust!
astral energy!
Can you take it?
Swallow dance! Double demon fang!
Gale force!
No escape!
Illuminate the dark!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
me through.
You're mine! Lightning thrust!
Ready to go!
Mirage! Here I come! It's over!
Barrier!
This one's mine!
Eat dirt!
I'll run you through!
Double Demon Fang!
Igneous discharge! Atomic charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
I'm ready! Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Not a chance! I'm not done! You're mine!
Almost there!
Be still!
Blaze
Mirage!
up!
Shockwave Slash! Dragon Swarm! Here I come!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
You're finished!
All yours, Kisara.
Now!
No further.
Double Demon Fang!
Captivity.
Thunder touch! Make it ready!
Blow them away!
I'm ready for the next battle.
No backing down!
That could easily be fatal.
Just as well,
Eat
I'm
dirt.
here to stop.
Dazzle! Mirage! It's over!
Flaming meteor!
Devastation! Soaring Light Spear!
Nothing gets by me!
Crush! Here I come! Shockwave Slash! First strike!
Far enough!
Watch this!
Do it! Flaming Thrust!
Eagle assault! Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help.
Double
See
Demon
what
Fang!
happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Dream.
Dust for dust! Lost my top. Look
Be
sharp!
still!
Dust for
Double
dust!
Demon Fang! Shockwave Slash!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! There's always room for improvement.
What's this thing? No choice! You're mine! It's over! It's on! Eat dirt!
Inferno punch!
Everlasting
Demon Fang!
In a bind?
Destruction!
You're mine! I'm on it! I'll finish you here and now! Air pressure!
Rising Wyvern!
Yeah! Still bubbling to me!
Double Demon Fang!
From beyond.
Be still! Soaring Light Spear!
Imbued in
Make it rain!
Do it! In an instant! Impact Block! Now!
Here goes!
resonate
Look
with
sharp!
Stalagmite.
Bloody hell!
First strike! This one's mine!
That's the spot.
Far enough! This one will make it rain! Don't leave!
Hey! Blow them away!
We're still standing. Barely.
No
Grant
choice!
me the strength to march on.
Flaming Fire!
Storm!
Here I come! You're finished!
One more!
Mirage!
Tiger Blade! Pieces! Attack time!
Shockwave Flash!
One more! Swallow!
Keep charging us!
See what
That's
happened
what
there
my
as you
shield
crossed
for.
me. Shouldn't have done that.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Negative gate.
Aw, too shy.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflex!
Tenebrous Claw! Now I made the groove! I'm ready! Play more! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Dragon Shout! Take this! In a vine!
It's over!
Eagle Side! Crumble!
You picked the wrong fight! Lightning Thrust! You're on! You're mine!
I'm ready!
Kikara frozen!
Hammer!
Looks like we got them all.
Let's see what you've got.
Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
Denied!
Not my line.
You piss! That! This should do it!
I got you!
Here I come! You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
Shockwave Flash!
Rending you!
Double shot! Devastation! Crush! It's gone! Eat dirt! You're mine!
You made me angry. Sloppy.
I come!
Thunderfield!
Take this! It's over!
Free from regret.
In here!
Shockwave Flash!
More for the
Double
stockpile!
Demon Fang!
I'm gone!
Crazy!
Here I come!
More with that hero!
Take this! In a vine?
Razor
should do it.
Cyclone! Celestial
He's
Fire!
on the truck!
How's this?
Shockwave Flash!
I'll blind you with a... Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Now! Here I come!
Using Roar!
Dazzle! Mirage! It's over!
Here we go again! I'm
Lightning
ready!
Dohalim!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
I can feel my power growing!
It's important to get your rest.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almeidrea made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almeidrea? A victim?
To a Renan, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renans who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danin such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. I do believe it's about time that I retire. Shall we get moving?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if you don't rest when you can...
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send out lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodea?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will.
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go. Is it just me, or does Rinlo suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though, there are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it. Not on my watch! It's a duel of the arts!
Stay still! Soaring right spear!
Tiger
You're
Blade!
mine! It's over! Double demon fang! Lightning thrust!
Scorches his blade!
Dragon form!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Fall into thine own death!
Astro Punch?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Dragon form! Be still! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Armor won't save you!
You picked the wrong fight! You're finished! You're on! Shockwave flash! I owe you one! It's over!
Take this! That frickin' does it!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll pick it up.
You're on!
Arc field!
Strike! Be still!
Make it ready!
Frozen!
Hammer! Look sharp!
Take this!
One more! Far enough! Talon
Here I
Hurricane!
come! Double demon fang!
On your... Look sharp!
Shockwave flash!
Talon Hurricane! Flaming Meteor!
Take this!
This way is mine! Right here! I
Eat
got
dirt!
it!
Take this! Double demon fang! Shockwave flash!
Do it! Radiant Light! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Radiant ramp!
In a bind! I'll smash you!
Here I come!
It's over!
Kisara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I got it.
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Should've known that's what it was gonna be about.
It's all try hard! Now!
Don't mind if I do.
When did I get so far?
This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Take this! You're finished! Chocolate splash! Double demon fang! More! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Nothing gets by me. Far enough.
Lightning thrust!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me.
No
I'm not
complaint
done.
here.
Here goes!
Make it rain. Holy.
Blow them away!
Blaze on
It's all
fire. See what happened there as you crossed. Shouldn't have done that. Looks up.
not done.
Can't get out of this. Swallow dance. Anything you
Right,
like. Go
fair.
on. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Courteous, aren't you?
It's all mine!
What's up?
You're on! You're finished! Be careful, everyone! This one isn't normal! Come and face me! Eat dirt! Dragon form!
Hurricane! Make it rain! Goodwill! Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
You're mine! You're finished!
I'm just getting
Stay
started!
still!
Not so
You're
fast!
on! Shockwave flash!
This one's mine!
Soaring light spear!
Holding you up!
You're on! Here I come!
Switch to offense!
Double demon fang! Shockwave flash! First strike! You're finished!
Talon Hurricane!
You're on!
Make it rain! Goodwill! Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
Easy peasy, huh, Hoodle?
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
Right, here goes! You're finished!
No further!
It's over! Shockwave flash!
Feel some calamity!
Double demon fang!
This one's mine!
You're on!
Igneous!
Shockwave flash!
The enemy wields art too.
We'll soon see about that.
Armor won't save you!
Double demon fang! Totally! In an instant! Impact claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed
You
ball.
want me?
Eat dirt!
Here goes! Confiscate!
You're mine! Shockwave flash!
I'll stop your life! Resonate with the earth! Going in! Eat this! I'll tear you away! Swallow dance!
Be still!
Eagle assault!
Right spear!
Shouldn't have messed with me.
This one's mine!
Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Escape!
Bloody something! Resonate with the earth! I'm ready! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shell!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
I'm surrounded!
You're mine! I owe you one.
Flaming thrust! Target blade!
Eat dirt!
I'll finish you too! That shell's hiding something tasty!
You're mine!
Watch this! Talon Hurricane! Make it rain!
Kisara frozen?
Hammer!
Don't mind if I do.
I'll bash in their defenses!
Glad you had your use.
I'll show you how useful I can be! On the shot!
Here I come!
Hurricane Strike!
Air Petter! External devastation!
Right! Watch your
External devastation!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Seriously?
Is this a joke?
You picked the wrong fight!
How about this? Dragon Storm!
You got company.
Easy and snaring to me.
Here I come. Photon.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Make it rain! Eat this!
Law.
Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
Easy. Way to go. Photon flash. Light Wolverine.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Powered up!
Shockwave strike! Eat dirt!
They look super stuff, but they're big. Photon flash. Light astral energy.
In a vine?
Photon flash. Light astral energy. Photon flash.
Make it rain!
Law.
Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
Easy. Way to go. Lightning descent.
Eat this!
Thunderbolt. Lightning descent. Thunderbolt. Illuminate the sun. Magic is there. Holy land.
That's where you done it!
It's on!
Piercing
Here goes. Hold on to your art. Here I come. Purge the level. Help us, Ivan. Freeze Lancer.
Eat this!
Purge the level. Lava bomb. Freeze
Eat
Lancer.
this! Attack time! Hurricane strike! Resonate with the earth!
here?
Alas, we appear to be out at present.
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Double demon bang!
Hold on to your armor. Here I come.
Stop me! Remind me to stay on the inside.
Not on my watch.
Take this! Crush!
Eat this. Let's go. Talon Vortex. I'm expert. Come on.
Blind you with a shot! On guard!
Elusive
deity! Already! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's
Carved
paying
through
off!
armor.
Too shy to come over.
You're mine!
Dance!
Chocolate Slash! Double
Here goes.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Let them die.
My turn!
They smite with blackened
Take
blade!
it! Swallow dance!
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Eagle assault!
Castle!
Angry! Ripping hair! Take this! I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! Yes! I'm getting stronger!
Care to put that claim to the test?
I'd love to, but I got this thing. Oh, this looks nice and tough.
Hey, new equipment!
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even halfway? Are you serious?
That's no reason to give up now.
Yeah, just gotta buckle down.
That's the spirit.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal!
So let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us?
Nothing gets
Exploit
by
the
me.
enemy's weakness! Thank you! Elusive weapon!
Take Bolero!
The king's foundation!
Lost my focus! Take
Denied.
this! Reflect no further!
Sword! That's it! Tiger Blade! Talon Hurricane!
Heal!
This
Now
one's
in
mine!
the group!
Eagle Assault!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Eat this!
I'm just meteor!
Anything in armor is all mine! I'll tear you apart!
Tiger Blade!
The woods, it seems.
Watch this!
Not today!
Let's keep up the
Now you
pressure!
see what I can do!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Rising Wyvern! Dragon Shatter!
Shine! Radiant light!
Its wings are lighting up!
Generation. It's getting ready to attack! Allow me to help you.
Thank you for that.
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on! Look sharp!
Dragon
One more!
Infernal
Shield!
Soaring right this!
You could use a hand. I got you!
Seismic rupture! Grant me
Demon
the
Fang.
strength
Their
to
arms
march
were
on.
interrupted! Far enough!
Take this!
Confiscating!
Looking
Can't
good!
get out of this!
Not today!
Hurricane Fire! Come on! You have to hold on! Are we in over our heads?
Come on! It's not over till it's over!
You're right! We've made it!
Okay! Changing strength!
No. Rest for the wicked.
Chinese supernova!
Benediction light.
In here!
Benediction light.
Benediction light.
Benediction light.
Shield!
Rising Wyvern!
Nothing gets by me!
Demon Fang!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Rising Wyvern! It's wide open!
It won't escape
This one's
me!
mine!
Sharpwing Slash!
This one's mine!
Air pressure!
Grant me the strength to
one's
march
mine.
on! Brilliant heart!
Megasonic
Begin!
Dragon Swarm! Finish it!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer! Shield and face!
Beckon to everlasting darkness! Negative gate! Negative gate! Negative gate!
Dance in the wind!
On your
Air
knees!
thrust!
Air pressure! Don't get carried away!
Tempest twirl!
Grant me the strength to march on! Take this!
This one's mine!
Being interrupted. No further.
Shield and raise! Ready to go!
Benediction light.
Powered up!
Heal. Shield from calamity. Barrier.
Rising Viper!
Benediction light.
Thanks! Just what I need.
Benediction light.
I can't hold on much longer.
Heal.
Air thrust!
You're on!
Ready and ready! Illuminate the dark! Come on! Holy quiver!
Not today!
Benediction light.
Heal! Thanks, Dad!
Benediction light.
Rising Viper!
How did you swallow two?
Benediction light.
Sleep here!
Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon
Lightning
Fang!
orb! Alright!
We got him on the run!
Don't be cautious!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Benediction light.
Illuminate the dark! Come on! Holy quiver!
You require a hand.
This one's mine!
In a bind?
Illuminate the
Benediction. It's in your hands now.
You pay for that! Shivering Wind!
Lace up! Armor won't save you!
Heal.
Double Piston! This one's mine!
Then tonight's meal is on you.
getting stronger!
Shield from
Switching up its
calamity.
movements! Watch out!
Watch yourself.
I'm ready for
From beyond. Imbue this banquet. From beyond. Imbue this banquet.
This should do it!
Nico!
Stay away from my friend!
Coming through! Don't mind if I do!
You're mine! Strike! Here I come!
Benediction light.
Dance in the wind! Air! Fire! Go!
I'll smash you!
Benediction light.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Hard malevolent! Arcane waterfall!
Benediction
Free
light.
boulder! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
This one's mine!
In a bind.
Rising Viper! Take this!
Dance in the wind!
Double Demon Fang!
Benediction light.
Now!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle Chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Dohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Shion's waiting for us.
We're so high up.
Hey! Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here.
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rinro. Positive thinking is everything.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
Someone's got a lot of pep in his step.
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! And done!
Let's keep up the pace!
No longer stop me!
That's like you!
Here it is!
Shut him down. Turret spear! In an instant! Impact block! I'll take you all on! Eat dirt!
Going in.
You're on! Flaming thrust!
Denied. Now
The soaring light spear!
here goes.
You're on! Flaming thrust!
Freaking does it!
Going in.
Here I come!
On your flaming meteor.
Take this! Take
You're
this!
gonna take flight.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shit!
Take this! You're finished! More! Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade! Nice one, Alphen.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
You've collected an awful lot of those objects. You sure it's not just junk?
Hush. Be quiet for a moment. The pieces speak to me.
What?
These relics that have scattered about. I can hear them whispering, longing to reunite with their lost friends and become one again.
Really? Do you hear any voices coming from them, Rinwell?
What? No! Don't get me wrong. I'm really interested in these things too, but I'm not crazy.
But don't you sometimes mutter stuff like, "Come to me, astral energy," when you cast your arts?
You're right. Oh my gosh. Are Dohalim and I actually alike?
Its charm really shines through now that it's been reassembled. Its streamlined shape, its geometric patterns. This is no mere amateur's work.
He's in his own little world at this point.
You get just like him when it comes to weapons, you know.
You're right. Oh my gosh. Am I just like Dohalim?
Huh? Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden?
That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so? We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelagian's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganath Haros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, It's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh,
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. You're right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Bullron's castle?
yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us. This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away. Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense, though. I mean, it was Astral Arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana, then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. We should really get some rest. Another day, another Gald.
I don't want Shion to get mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
She's the one that's kept us on track. Picked me up when I was down.
Sure.
I just thought she'd always be there.
I'd like... to check their wares, if you don't mind.
These ones can run rings around us!
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Swarm!
On your way! Eat this! Talon Undestruction! Hurricane Strike!
Regeneration! Double Demon Fang!
Regenerate!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Begin!
This one's mine! Swallow Blade!
Hurricane Strike! Talon! Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again.
Discourteous son.
You're mine! You're finished!
Don't mind if I do!
Okay, here I go!
Tiger Blade! Hurricane Blade! Look shut right here! I got it!
Now I can let loose!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your
Shockwave
feet.
Strike! Take this! It's over! First strike!
Pieces! Attack time!
Shockwave Strike!
Just now!
You're
In the
mine!
group! Hurricane Blade! This one's mine!
I'm ready!
Hey!
Blow them away!
How's that?
This one's all mine! I'm not done!
Armor won't... I'm on a roll now!
Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine!
I'm ready!
Hey!
Blow them away!
Shockwave Strike! This one's mine! That's it!
Burn!
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara.
Wow, look what I just found.
An opponent like this should be easy. It's over! Okay, here I go.
Armor won't save you! I'm far enough!
Double Demon
Your
Blade!
reflexes will not serve you well here.
Flaming Thrust! Here I come! You're finished! You're mine!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Bubbling to me! Begin!
You're mine! This one's all mine! This one's mine!
Hurricane Burn!
Not so fast!
Go in!
Double demon fast!
Hurricane! This one's
Can you take it? Does it hurt? Not so fast! On your knees! Rising Viper! Air pressure! Lightning Struck! Captivity! Devastation! Cross-face you! Not so fast! I'm ready! Not done!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
On your knees!
I'll smash you! Crush you!
Air pressure!
Good to know my training's paying off.
And what, pray tell, does this training of yours entail?
Why? Interested in joining me?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Can't get out of this!
I'm surrounded!
It's over! Shockwave Flash!
Captivity!
Double
This
Demon
enough!
Fang!
Coward
Shockwave
Hurricane!
Flash! This time!
Inferno
I'm
Battle!
ready! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! You picked the wrong fight!
Dragon
Be
Shell!
still! You're soaring Light Spear!
Whirlwind Snap! I'm
Double
jumping
Demon
off!
Fang! Shockwave Flash!
Go away!
I'm
This
not
one's
done!
mine!
Elusive
I'll
Demon!
tear you apart! Hurricane Snap!
In a vine!
I'll tear you apart!
Swallow Blade!
The everlasting
Double
jump!
Demon Fang!
Right! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Step back! This one's all law!
We should be able to cook here. A fish! You saw it too, right?
aren't you?
Here I go!
Okay!
Double demon
They got me
fang!
flanked! I'm on it! That freaking does it!
Smash you! Eat dirt! Shockwave slash!
On guard!
Double demon fang! Be still! Mirage!
Hook shot!
Dazzle!
Eat this!
Mirage!
Hurricane strike! Inferno punch! This one's mine!
Too fast! Shockwave slash!
it up! Bloody howling!
Double demon fang!
Hurricane strike!
Take this! Shockwave slash! You picked the wrong fight!
Reflect on
Here I come!
No further!
Make it
play!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Hurricane strike!
You're mine! It's over! Be still!
Going in!
Take this! You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
That's what I like to hear.
Make it play!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
The heavens must be smiling.
Let's see what you've got.
Shockwave slash!
On guard!
Lion!
Watch it! Armor won't save you!
Take this!
Blow away!
Shockwave slash!
Hurricane strike!
The enemy wields armor too.
We'll soon see about that.
I'm on a roll now! Meteor!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed shot.
Far enough! Swallow dance!
Double demon fang! Lightning thrust!
Eagle assault!
Can't get out of this!
Swallow dance!
Soaring light spear!
On guard! I'll
Double demon fang!
Stay calm! I shall provide Take it break! Kitara!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
There's more where that came from.
Gotta make through!
Armor won't save you! Lionheart!
Hold on to your arc. Here it comes. Constantine.
Nice while it lasted.
It's on! You picked the wrong fight!
On guard!
Shockwave slash!
You're done! I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And going to me!
Be still! Mirage! Shockwave slash! Shockwave slash!
Captivity!
Double demon fang!
Hurricane strike! Going in! Elusive deity!
Light astral energy. Photon.
Hurricane strike!
Light astral energy. Purge malevolence. Arcane waterfall. Free lancer.
Going in! Eat this! Hurricane strike! Rending you apart! Bloody
Take
howling!
that. Light.
Negative
Photon
gate!
slash.
This one's mine!
Step back! This one's all law!
Gosh, the castle's even larger once you get close to it.
What's that shining thing up top? A spirit vessel? It feels creepy, like it's watching over everything.
You think he knows we're here?
We'd best assume as much, yes.
What we have to do is simple. Just beat Volron and rescue Shion. That's it.
Try not to work yourself up too much. We have a lot of city and castle yet to traverse. This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
See you tomorrow. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
I'd like to check their wares, if you don't mind.
We're almost there, guys. Don't let your guard down.
I'm excited just thinking about us barging through the front gate.
Halt! Are you Alphen and his companions?
Why would you think that?
You are the only one scheduled to arrive, and there are no unscheduled arrivals in Ganath Haros. So I'll ask again, are you Alphen and his companions?
We are.
Then pass. Lord Volron is expecting you at Castle Delpharis.
Well, suppose it's rather nice of them to roll out the red carpet for us.
So we're supposed to meet him in there? And what do we do now?
Let's see how things look around the city first. Then we'll make our way to the castle.
Not a slave in sight. Where is everyone? There aren't even any soldiers.
Something feels off. I don't like it.
Like the fact that the enemy could ambush us at any moment? Yeah, not crazy about that either.
No, not that. Something else.
That must be Volron's castle up ahead. I suppose we just walk right up to it then?
That's what the guard from before said. Now, if we only knew where they were keeping Shion, we could try to...
That's it!
Hmm?
That weird feeling. It's not just that the city is empty. It feels like no one lives here at all.
Now that you mention it, it does feel strangely... artificial. Think maybe it's a district just for the Renans alone?
With all this open space, seems unlikely.
Huh?
Hey! You guys! What's going on? What was that about? They were Danans, right?
That wasn't normal. Wait, you don't think it could have been the fruit of Helgen, do you?
No, they seem too docile. What about astral energy? Could you sense any coming from them?
No, and I'm pretty sure I could tell if it was. If not that, though, then what?
Speaking of which, it didn't look like there was anyone guarding them either.
They were headed for the castle. I have a bad feeling about those boats.
I get what you mean. It didn't feel like those folks are just commuting to work.
The waterway they're floating on appears to lead to Del Faris Castle. If we follow it, we may learn more about what's taking place here.
Man, this place gives me the creeps.
Wow, your legs are shaking.
What? Liar!
Just kidding.
So, any ideas what the deal was with that boatload of weirdos?
Your guess is as good as mine. They looked like Danan slaves, but beyond that...
This city is grander and more beautiful than any other we've been to, yet...
I know what you mean. From the architecture right down to the people, something feels off somehow.
I've long maintained one can glean a lot about a ruler from their city. Considering how unsettling this place is, I'd say I wasn't far off the mark. Despite its surface layer of majesty, walking around inside, it feels more like a hollowed-out ruin.
I say we follow after that boat. If we're lucky, they might be in the mood to give us some answers. I've seen ghost towns that were more alive than this city. Where the hell did all the Danans and Renans go? Shion. There's nobody here either. Looks like the only building up ahead is the castle, but...
No good. It's a dead end.
I don't relish our chances climbing. Or breaking through, for that matter.
And yet this seems to be the only way inside. Take a look around. There must be a switch or something to...
What? What is it this time?
Look! Over there!
Alphen!
Astral energy! That means...
Snap out of it! Can't you see what's happening? You're being deceived! Please stop! You'll die!
Damn it!
Volron is killing you! You need to run! Please, get off the boat!
What just happened?
We're being summoned.
Summoned? By that murdering monster?
It's all a demonstration designed to provoke. To prove to us, no, to Alphen, just what he's capable of.
Kidnapping Xion. Killing all those people. If it's just me he's after, then why hurt them?
Why do all this just to get at me? You hear me, Volron? Answer me!
Alphen, this is not your fault. Don't give this to him.
I know. And I won't. My hands are stained with blood. But even so, if we're going to stop that bastard, then I need to keep going. Let's move.
Damn it.
How awful. All of those people in the boats. Do you think they had any idea what was going to happen to them?
They did a damn good job of concealing it if they did. You ask me, the only thing on their mind was following orders.
And I bet I can guess who from. Volron.
The only thing they knew was mindless oppression right to the very end. What kind of purpose is that? Living only to die at your master's whim?
Being a slave means having your whole life stolen from you. In the worst cases, quite literally. That bastard will get what's coming to him. I'll see to it he does.
Is this what I think it is? Those people, they were all...
He's sick. Sick and deranged.
Remember this well. This is the true face of who we're up against.
Still, if it's not Fruits of Helgen he's using, then how do you think Volron goes about controlling all of them?
They didn't look like they'd been threatened, but they didn't look like they understood anything either.
It could be something else, like a potion perhaps. But frankly, I doubt it.
But that would mean they're following Volron out of choice? But why?
Nothing bolsters a despot's authority more than loyalty. Loyalty is advantageous for any ruler. For Volron, it means acolytes willing to give their lives for him. As for whether they did it willingly or not, I'd say they're merely puppets dancing to their master's tune.
But to the point where they'd give up their own life force? Is that even possible?
You just saw it for yourself. And think back to when I was your lord. If I'd asked you to sacrifice yourself for some cause, would you have?
Dohalim.
My apologies. My words got away from me again.
No, you're absolutely right. The only difference being that you never demanded such a thing. You wouldn't.
All lords are masters in the art of manipulating their subjects' hearts. Whether they use fear, torture, or various other methods, the outcome is the same.
Fear.
No wonder there's no remaining signs of a resistance force in this place.
Shion!
Wait! Something's not right.
Everyone. They're gone. And I'm all alone. It's dark. Please help me.
Shion,
It's so dark. Everyone.
we came to save you. It's okay now.
And I'm all alone. It's dark. Please help me. No.
Shion.
Lies.
Thorns! This situation just got prickly.
There's immense dark astral energy here, far too potent to be the work of a single individual. It's possible Volron's manipulating her. We cannot tell from this far away. We need to be much closer.
Only to do that, first we need to get rid of the thorns. So we fight fire with fire! Unless you have a better idea. Hurricane! Alone. I'm all alone.
Shion!
I can't die. But I also can't live.
Shion! Shion! We're coming for you! Won't let you down this time. Ah! This pain I feel. It's nothing compared to what you're going through. I won't let you go again. I can take whatever you give me. So please, open your eyes. Shion!
I can carve through armor!
Ah! Double Demon Fang!
Denied! Talon Storm!
Shockwave Blast!
Tiger Blade! Rip and tear! Hurricane Missile! Eagle Ray!
Shockwave Blast!
Can't get out of this! One's mine!
It's over! Eat dirt!
Dragon Shell!
Not a chance!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Double Demon Fang!
Let me free you of your power! Dragon Shell!
It's over!
Going in.
Eat this!
Shockwave Blast!
What is this?
Lightning Thrust!
Take
Take this!
Not in your dreams!
It's over!
Captivity!
Illuminate the thorns!
Lightning Thrust!
Holy Glimmer!
You're on!
Holy
You're
Lamp!
mine! You're finished!
Leave captivity to me! Far enough!
You're finished!
Eat shadow! Pieces! Attack us!
Concentrate!
The thorns just keep growing back. If this keeps up, then...
Please wake up, Shion! Come back to us! I'm alone. Alone? I'm completely alone.
You're wrong.
Elfin!
She thinks we left her all alone. She can't see us or hear us. because I pulled away from you. Because I couldn't hold on to you. Shion. But you're not alone anymore. Law's here. And Rinwell too. Kisara. And Dohalim. And so am I. Believe me when I say, you are not alone. So please, don't give up on us. We will bear your thorns together. I swear it. Shion.
Alvin!
How many times do I have to tell you? Not to be so careless.
There is no more time for us to rest.
Let us finish this. I entrust this blade to you once more.
Let's go. Volron is waiting.
Hey, Alphen?
What is it?
While I was away, what did you do?
I missed you.
Alphen. But after what happened because of me,
I got a glimpse of the real you. It was worth it. You could say the pain is some kind of reward.
some reward. You sure all that hurt hasn't done something to your head, too?
Hey now.
Is it just me, or are they...
It's been a while. They're just happy to see each other.
I know. I mean, it's fine.
We all express ourselves in different ways. Leave them be.
They should get a room.
Shion.
Thanks. I'll be okay. Let's go. We have to take Volron out.
Right.
Those things that came out of Shion are her thorns, right? She said they're made of dark astral energy.
She did. But those thorns are no astral art. and she cannot control them. Such immense astral energy, too. Just what are her thorns, really, I wonder? I suppose she might have an answer, but isn't yet ready to talk.
Xion,
So, the Sovereign, the Renis Alma, the fate of Lenegis 300 years ago? Yes. That is a lot to take in, isn't it? I never realized the weight of the burden you were carrying.
I could say the same.
The person you kept mistaking me for, it was Naori, wasn't it? So, what do you think? Could I be her descendant?
It seems likely. You two do look very similar.
Kidnapping Xion, mistreating slaves, and who knows what other terrible deeds. Seriously? These so-called lords just think they can do whatever they like.
I am deeply ashamed to be one of their kind.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean you, Dohalim.
Do you think Volron could have been behind what just happened with Xion's thorns?
I'm not sure. If it was bait he needed, kidnapping her should have sufficed. Perhaps he had some other purpose in mind.
Her thorns aside, as a hostage, surely it would have made more sense to keep her close at hand. So why did he leave her unguarded?
If getting rid of Alphen was Volron's only priority, then he could have ambushed us directly. It's not as if he lacked the power. He chose not to, which means he's toying with us, prolonging Alphen's suffering as much as he can.
but why? What does Volron specifically have against Alphen? Is it because he's leading the Dahnan rebellion?
Possibly. But try to see it from Volron's perspective. He'd do anything to win the crown contest, correct? Knowing that the true sovereign already exists somewhere is bound to ruffle his feathers. Have your paths crossed before, Alphen?
Only when I've been with you guys.
In the end, we just find more mysteries.
What isn't a mystery is how badly we're gonna beat this creep up once we find him.
What a simple and straightforward person you are, Law.
Way to give us a heart attack. I wasn't sure how that was gonna pan out for a while there.
I'm just glad everyone's safe. Really glad.
What about you, Xion? How are you feeling? He didn't do anything to you, did he?
The last thing I remember is being back on the ship. Back then. Seeing Alphen's pain return to him the moment he touched me. It brought me back to my childhood. The fear in people's eyes whenever they were around me. And the next thing I knew, darkness was welling up inside me. It was smothering me. I couldn't see anything anymore. I was all alone.
Xion,
You're okay now. You're safe, Xion. We're here with you. You're not alone any longer.
Thank you. Must be Volron's Imperial Guard.
They don't seem to be keeping lookout. More like they're waiting.
Oh well, The royal welcome was nice while it lasted.
Time to get our fists dirty, huh?
Wait, we don't have a plan!
As far as Law's concerned, this is the plan. Let's go!
Open your eyes! This blind loyalty is just another form of slavery.
Glory be to Volra!
That's useless. They're brainwashed. Just like the Ganon puppets we dealt with outside.
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Here I go! Here!
Stay away from my friend!
There! No! I'm only having your dreams! There!
Bloody! Take this! It's over! Drop and slide!
Leave the war!
Try this!
Far enough! Do it! Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Benediction.
Searing tempest! Where are you going? Here goes!
No!
Zephyr Flight!
Eat dirt!
Here's a healing arm! First aid! Searing tempest! My will! Flare tornado! You're mine! Law, get toasty!
Burn strike!
You're over!
This one's mine!
Here's a healing arm! First aid! Here, let me help!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Well, that didn't feel great. Those soldiers were just like the slaves, driven by a warped sense of loyalty.
Yeah, that was just about as hollow a victory as they come.
It's strange. I always thought loyalty was one of the greatest virtues out there. Now I'm not so sure. Is it simply a question of where your loyalties lie? Or is it fealty itself that's the problem?
Maybe it only becomes a problem the moment you stop thinking for yourself.
So if we defeat Volran, you think they might learn to think independently again? Actually, no. Never mind. This isn't the time. We can worry about that after we finish the task at hand and defeat Volran.
As expected, Volron's elite guards are quite formidable. Their equipment and training far exceed those of any foot soldier.
We need to be careful not to let them exhaust us before we reach Volron.
A grandiose castle for a grandiose city. You really didn't cut any corners.
They're certainly akin to each other. And yet, I'd say the castle seems even more reflective of its owner's personality.
In what way?
It feels overbearing, tyrannical almost. But more than anything, merciless. As if any pretense to ease of living was sacrificed in favor of sending a message. One of domination and a thirst for total power. In other words, the perfect domicile for our power-crazed foe.
That's why he let us in. It's precisely the message he wanted to convey. Almost like he's mocking us.
That bastard's in the mood to play? We'll see who's laughing once we've taken him down a peg or two. Is it just me, or is the blazing sword burning even more brightly than before?
Yeah, as if the astral energy within it has become more powerful somehow.
It would appear Alphen has learned to harness his sovereign abilities to even greater effect.
Is that true, Alphen?
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm doing anything differently.
You're not. It's proof of your strengthened bond with Xion. No further explanations needed.
Oh man, for real? Nice!
Is that true?
How am I supposed to know?
Fat lot of good the two of you are.
I may have a theory or two I could offer.
Yeah, no. I think we're good.
Now that you mention it, though, I guess I have noticed a change. It's like there isn't as much resistance when energy's being siphoned from my Master Core.
Aha! So it is a Bond thing! Aw, you guys!
Wait, what about your hand? That thing practically used to give you third-degree burns every time you wielded it, right?
Kisara's got a point. And if it's gotten even hotter since then...
I won't lie. The searing heat and pain are almost unbearable. Almost. When I'm fighting, I'm somehow able to endure it. It's like the sword becomes part of me or something. Like I can feel it pulsing through my chest. I can't describe it.
In other words, your heart burns with a flame more powerful than even that of the sword. Fascinating.
Yeah, take it from our resident poet laureate.
Right, here you go! Go right to
In a bind?
I owe you one. I'm on!
A wall to shield from
Anything in the
calamity.
Explosive ring!
Barrier!
Don't you do without the pain.
Save you!
Ignite!
Being interrupted.
Here's a healing art!
First
Aid! Here, let me help! Primed and ready! I never fit! Zephyr Trident!
The enemy lives on too.
You'll soon see that!
Take this! Be still! Soaring light spear! It's over! Try this!
Here's my pole! Red!
Ignite!
Here I go! One more!
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
First aid! Here goes! That is your dream! Do it! Long! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
I can handle it! How's this?
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm all excited! How's this? Zephyr Trident! Take this!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
It's such a huge area to search. Where should we even begin?
I believe the largest, tallest structure would be best. In castles, you'll often find that things of most import are located in such areas.
Spoken like someone who used to own one.
So where is he?
There's no sign of him here, so I can only assume he's waiting for us in his throne room.
What's with all the fake suspense? Why doesn't he just come out and face us?
I'll say. It's not like he's had any problem doing that in the past.
This is all one big game to him. He's probably savoring every last moment.
Like a Zoogle toying with its food before the kill. No wonder he doesn't have any friends.
This is all just a ploy to weaken his prey, wearing us down before the final ambush. It's all too well orchestrated to be anything else.
Alvin?
I'm fine. Once we defeat Volron, the final Master Core will be ours. With that, we can create the Renis Alma and finally put an end to this whole nightmare.
This one will be difficult to predict.
Can't move! Take this! Now you see what I can do!
Let me help! First aid! Here's a healing art! First aid!
Heavy help! First aid! Radiant Pierce! Radiant Pierce! And again! That's my cue!
Leave the ensnare. Shut him down.
Deny! There! Zephyr Cannon!
Ignite! First strike! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
They smite with blackened blade! Sharply slide! I'm on it! I'll run you through!
Do it!
Torch!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I'll heal you all!
Sharply slide! Glimmer drop! I'm on a roll now! Light spear! Rising Phoenix!
I'm all stuffed up!
Flaming strike! Rising Phoenix!
In a bind? I'm just getting through water! Hear my call!
Dazzle!
I can carve through armor!
Be still! Soaring light spear! Rising Phoenix!
Here's evil!
Double demon tag!
Freeze Lancer!
I'm not done! I owe you one.
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
No choice. Me the strength to march on. Not today.
This one's mine!
Burn! No, this one's all mine. Burn in hell! All mine. It's wide open. Won't escape me.
This is what real pain feels like? Forgive me.
I'm real mad!
Anything in armor is all mine! Photon Blast! Like it twisted!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Fall into my ocean!
Regeneration! Regenerate!
First aid! Lightning blow! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Photon healing process!
No further!
Razor blade! Here I come!
Can you take it?
Air, do it! Into the wind!
Punch! Air
Seal!
pressure!
Wait for it! Denied! This one's mine!
Do it!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! First strike!
Sleep now!
First strike! Captivity!
Here goes! Take one
I'm
more!
ready! All yours, Kisara!
That took more energy than I expected.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Let's see. I've cooked, cleaned, and sewn. I think that's everything for today.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away.
Hey, what's the smoke? Is it an enemy attack?
Seriously, it's making my eyes and throat burn. What the hell is going on?
It's probably some sort of gas. Try not to breathe it in as much as you can manage.
Gas? Those cowards!
Isn't this just cooking smoke?
What kind of food makes your throat burn so bad just from the smoke?
I believe Alphen is...
They're trying to gas Alphen?
What? Those sick bastards! I won't let them get away with this!
Calm yourselves and listen. I was simply trying to say that Alphen is the one cooking.
Oh?
Maybe I should throw in some more spices, just for that extra kick. Yeah, that'll help. Think I'll turn up the heat while I'm at it, too. Oh, crap. The spice is burned. Well, at least the meat's coming along nicely. All right. Now, I just flip it over, and then...
Hey, Alphen? What are you doing over there?
Oh, Shion. Perfect timing. I actually just finished roasting up a chicken. Call everybody over so we can eat together. I used a ton of spices, so it's got a good punch to it. Might have overcooked it a little, but it should still taste good.
I'm starting to understand why your food always tastes so damn spicy now.
Hasn't anyone told him that it is actually possible to have too much of a good thing?
If that's the taste he truly wants, far be it from me to contradict. His cuisine is a rather delicate repast.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
Do you mind if we chat a bit?
Now there's something I never thought I'd hear you say.
Remember when we talked about what it was like for me growing up? Well, I thought it only fair that I also get to ask what you were like as a child.
My childhood? Maybe you missed the memo that was going around, but I can't remember anything of my past.
I know. Just whatever you can remember. There's gotta be something, right?
Let me think. Well, have I ever told you about my army days? Back when I used to serve under a Dahnan master?
Yeah, but that must have been after you were already grown up, right? Do you happen to remember anything from back when you were younger?
Actually, I remember I had a kid with me.
You had a kid?
No, of course not. The child's father was another soldier. Back in those days, we risked our lives for a master we'd never even seen. We just fought for them and didn't even question it. When that kid's dad died and I saw them sitting there crying, I felt this bitter, indescribable feeling. It was like I was drinking something toxic that I knew I shouldn't, but couldn't stop. It was strange. I never understood why I reacted like that. Soldiers died every day. It wasn't anything new.
What it tells me is that deep down, you were the same man then as you are now. You've never been able to accept injustice in the world.
If you keep talking like that, you're going to embarrass me. I wonder whatever happened to that master and poor kid. Not that there's any way of knowing now. You know, I just remembered that kid was good at sewing dolls. They gave me one once. As a good luck charm to protect me.
Dolls? I think it's time we go to sleep. Morning. Ready to head out?